Cryptocurrency, changing how the world does business.
All right. Good evening. Coming to you all the way from Dallas, Texas. My name is Clardy Fitzgerald Richardson Sr., better known as C. Rich. I am excited to be here with you tonight to tell you that Bitcoin is over $13,000 a coin. I don't know about you, but a lot of people are just now finding out about Bitcoin. Some people won't find out about Bitcoin until it's over $20,000 a coin, like it did once before. You, believe it or not, you are still in early. And this is the best time to get positioned with this incredible company. So whoever thought about you enough to invite you to get on this call, I'm going to give you a moment just to thank them. Because you don't realize what's about to happen, but you want to thank them because when I was first introduced to Bitcoin, my whole life has changed, ladies and gentlemen. I changed everything that I was doing. I've been in real estate for many years. I've been in financing. I've been in insurance. I've been in a lot of things and have made a lot of money. But it's nothing like what's happening here in Bitcoin. I actually got involved in Bitcoin in 2017 when Bitcoin was at $1,200 a coin. And I felt like Paul Revere. And I was saying, the Bitcoin is coming. The Bitcoin is coming, because I knew what was going to happen. But guess what? I thought I knew. I was telling everybody that it was going to go from $1,200, and by the end of that year, it was going to be $3,500. And everybody kept saying, Claudia, there ain't no way Bitcoin going to be $1,200, going to go to $3,500. Gold is at $1,200. You mean to tell me it's going to cost more than gold? It's going to go to $3,500. Ladies and gentlemen, I was wrong. It went to $20,000. So then I was the guru, right? Everybody was just like, people started calling me when it was at $20,000 a coin, saying they was wanting to get involved in Bitcoin and what did they need to do. Well, guess what? When do you want to get on a plane? When it has already left the runway and in the air, or do you want to get on it when they're saying all aboard? You want to get on as soon as you possibly can. See, even my watch is getting excited. Everything is so excited. My phone, my watch is talking to me because they said, I apologize. What are you talking about? Exactly. You're going to have some people that are going to say, what are you talking about? But ladies and gentlemen, I hope you got your seat belts on, because I'm about to take you for a ride that literally can change not just your life, but your whole family tree. It's all up to you. It's based on who you want to tell. And don't say that you don't know nobody to tell, because when we look at what's happening in the world today, we realize that more than ever, we have to create a plan B. And for some of us, it's a plan A, because some of us have been laid off. They call it laid off. They call it furloughed. They call it all types of things. But what they really should just say, you're fired. You're fired. You can go home, because we're not going to pay you no more money. Your 401ks are gone. Your vacation pay is gone. Your sick pay is gone. All of that has just changed. And if you don't see what's happening in the writing on the wall right now, then as we say, your wood must be wet. So I'm excited to share with you the plan, what I call the plan A. Not the plan B, but the plan A. And I hope you see what I saw just a few short months ago, and you'll see why we're so excited. So with that being said, it's time to go to work. So before I do anything, I want to just let you know that we're going to talk about a lot of Bitcoin. We're going to talk about a lot of rewards. We're going to talk about a lot of money. And I don't want to scare nobody, but I also want to let you know that I am not a financial advisor. This data is for information and example purposes. It could be real, and it is, but this data is for information and example purposes. This presentation is not intended to substitute obtaining an accountant or someone else, right, for tax or financial advice from a professional person who they say they got their licenses or their degrees, and they're going to tell you what to do. But you want to use your money at your own discretion and at your own risk. Because what you'll like about this program, ladies and gentlemen, is that this is a safe place. No one is going to be holding your Bitcoin. No, the company, MLS Bitcoin Club, rotating hands, it goes from peer to peer. I like it like that, right? So therefore, you all know, if you ever tried to get money back that you loaned to somebody, Lord knows you can't get it back from them, they disappear. So guess what? When you give to this incredible program, there are no refunds, so we're not going back to tell anybody that they got to give their Bitcoin back. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Nobody can go in your wallet and take it. That's why you want to put it in your wallet. What's in your wallet? Is it Bitcoin? It better be. Let's go. So our agenda for today And the items that we are going to share with you are basic. Simply, I'm going to break it down for you because one thing I understand about when you start sharing information with people, first of all, you got to tell them what you're going to tell them because that's the only way they're going to listen to you. Then you got to tell them, and then you got to tell them what you told them because half of them not going to remember what you said in the first place. So here's how it's going to work. This is the agenda for today. And as Elizabeth Taylor, I say it every time, told her eighth husband, 8 times, right? 8th husband, I'm not going to keep it long. So don't worry about that. You're not going to be here all night. Part 1 of the MLS Bitcoin Club is to increase your cash flow from 150 to 400%. That's number 1. That right there got my attention when they told me that they could increase my cash flow. Not my money, but my cash flow from 150 to 400%. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about crypto education. Cryptocurrency education. Then when we're going to talk about financial and wealth education, because why? We didn't learn it at home. We didn't learn it in school. Most of us, unless you made it as your major in college, they didn't teach it to you in college. Your job is different, not going to teach you about financial and wealth education. So if you're not getting it there, where are you going to get it from? Right here, ladies and gentlemen, at the MLS Bitcoin Club. Also, we're going to talk about your networking as an affiliate because this is an affiliate program and you're going to love that part because your net worth is as big as your net worth. So if you're not networking with people, if you're sitting at home and don't want to talk to nobody, don't ever pick up the phone, don't know nobody, this may not be the plan for you. But if you do like most people, when you see a good movie or you go to a good restaurant, I had a person tell me today, said that, I don't know if I know anybody, but it's funny. She just told me about a good restaurant that she ate at, right? And then how great the shrimp and grits were. So I asked her, what is that restaurant paying you for sharing that information with me? And she looked at me like, that, what do you mean? Well, you were quick to tell me about that. That ain't making you no money, but why wouldn't you tell somebody about this incredible program? We're going to talk about the gold standard here. All of those is in just the part 1. Part 2, we're going to talk about the incredible program called Rotating Hands. And again, like I say to people, we only have 2 hands, but when you can get the incorporating efforts of other people, leveraging like an octopus. I don't know if you ever tried to box with an octopus, but you will lose. So we're going to talk about these rotating hands and how it's going to make this money grow even, these Bitcoin grow even more and increase your cash flow, not just 150 to 400%, but we're talking about over 6,000%. I thought they were losing their mind when they said that, but then they showed me this incredible plan what I'm about to share with you. So without going any further, I got to give homage to this young lady right here, Miss Jeannie Moore. This young lady did what I couldn't do, and I've been in Bitcoin since 2017. I got a good friend, but we call him JB, Mr. George Barrow, money maker, a man that understands how to make money, and he and I have did business together, broke bread together, made money together. But when I went to Bitcoin, he got dumb on me. He was just like, "What? I don't understand it. I don't really know about that, man. I just, I understand. I like tangible things. I don't really quite get that, brother. I'm gonna have to pass on that." I even said, JB, I'll put you in. I put him in a couple of programs, put him at the top, because I knew that he would be able to blow it up. You know, that joker didn't do nothing. He just didn't understand it. And then all of a sudden, just a few short months ago, he calls me and tells me about Bitcoin. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been trying to get you in Bitcoin since 2017. And he said, well, this lady named Jeannie Moore, man, she took me a picture and she sent this picture that I'm looking right, sharing with you right here. That showed all these 20s and $100 bills, and she just, look at that smile. And she did that. She showed him that, and all of a sudden that joker was highly interested. She went Jerry Maguire on him. I was trying to do Claudia Fitzgerald Richardson Sr., C. Rich, right? Trying to get him to understand the power of Bitcoin. She showed him the money, and now he all in. Now he's a guru. He's telling me how great the Bitcoin Club is and how Bitcoin is. And I thought, ain't this a trip? So I had to meet this young lady, and she is one of the top producers in this company. She's made over $60,000. Or let me say it better. She has been rewarded. On top of this money that we talk about, it was given to her. I couldn't even understand it. Our office was doing $150,000 every 2 days, and people buying Bitcoin. She getting $60,000 given to her. So hats off to you, Miss Jeannie Moore, for doing something that I could not even do. And let's tell my partner how we're going to make money with. So thank you. That's why we're here. And we want to thank you to her. We're all a part of this incredible program because of this young lady right here. And we are changing people's lives every day. When we talk about changing our lives, what are some of your goals or your dreams? houses, cars, trips, shopping, cars, like my partner goes golfing every day, cruises. What do you want to do? Is your cash flow up and right where you can do those things? Have you kind of got stifled a little bit because of the COVID? Or can you still go to work, or you got to show up to get paid? I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't feel like showing up to get paid. I like for my money to show up and pay me, right? So we're going to share with you how to do that and how to set your goals and dreams online. Write them down, because here you can get them accomplished with the MLS Bitcoin Club. Why are we talking about this? Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? How many people know that you have residual billing? You want to have residual income. We got residual billing. The tithe and offering, the church going to get theirs right off the top. I saw a pastor when the COVID hit and everybody was having issues and getting laid off their work. He said, you better not stop sending your tithe and offerings. You got to keep sending that money, because guess what? Light bill tell you the same thing. You better not stop sending your payment in for your life. The mortgage and the rent say you better not stop, paying for your insurance and your loans, and you better not stop making money to pay for your food and groceries and your cell phone and internet. How are we able to do those things when they're taking the money away from us? They're taking, not from us, because I've been self-employed since 1992. I knew I had to go out there and get it, but that's not everybody. We want to share with you why now, because better time than ever with what's happening in the world today. Because when you understand cash flow, it flows to the people. Let me put this right here. Hold on 1 second. Let me move my screen just a little bit, ladies and gentlemen, so I can see better. There we go. It flows to the people who are looking for it. And if you aren't looking for cash flow, guess what? You're not going to find it. Simple as that. The money is going, it's called a currency. You know how you stop a currency? You put up what? They call it a dam. They put a dam up. It's a good reason they call it a dam, right? I'm not going to even go there why they call it a dam, but they block the cash flow. They block the currency. And if you are not looking for it, it's not going to come to you. But here at the MLS Bitcoin Club, we are only looking for the people who are looking to make cash flow. And we're not talking about cash flow once a month like teachers, bless their hearts. My daughter's a teacher. I know several teachers. Dr. Payne, she's a teacher. I know several people that are teachers. Some of you are all on here. If I was you, I'd be going to talk to every teacher that I would know, because guess what? They have no cash flow. They get paid once a month. Some of us get paid twice a month. Some people might get paid every once a week, but they break it down so much it really don't even matter anyway, because it's already spent. But what if I share with you that we're going to show you how to get daily cash flow? And it happens for everyone, because we're going to do it as a team. It's just exciting. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. As I talked about Ms. Jeannie Moore for actually introducing us to this program, my hat's got to go off to the founder of this incredible program, Mr. Derry Perkison. We call him better known as Wall Street. I call him the real Black Wall Street, for real, because he is doing some things that Wall Street are doing that, guess what? They're not talking about that at our dinner table. I don't know about you, but the things that is being shared in this program was not talked about at the dinner table. We talked about everything else at the dinner table, but we were not talking about what this man is talking about. And it literally changed my life, because what he said, unlike a lot of people that make money, most people make money and make the type of money that he has, especially when you get to that millionaire status. They do what? They move away. They change their zip code. I got a good friend who made so much money in Bitcoin, he left the country, right? He on an island. He left, and he didn't come back. He didn't try to tell us what he was doing. He left. Mr. Wall Street came back. He said he had to come back because he knew that there was a lot of people that did not know the information that he knew. It was almost like a rich dad, poor dad situation, right? And so not only that, but he served in the military for over 20 years. He was a drill sergeant. Sometimes I think he's still in the military. He be talking, but that's another story. He's a drill sergeant. He's stern. He knows what he knows. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? He's been out of that for 20 years. And since that time, he's a computer engineer. This brother stood in line for a lot of talent. Some of us just have a few talents. He has several talents, right? He's a computer engineer. He's a master trader. He knows how to make money. He knows he understands the different markets. He knows how to trade Bitcoin to make it grow, even when it's not growing, even when it's going down, he's making money with it because he's a master trader. And if you want to learn how to trade and understand that industry, why not learn from the best, a master trader? What he wanted to do was he wanted to create a self system for the members to accumulate Bitcoins for free. If I was Russell Simmons, I'd say, thank y'all for coming out. Good night. Because when he said that we want to learn Bitcoin and get it given to us for free, and I told you we were spending $150,000 every 2 days in our office buying Bitcoin at a premium, and he's going to show us how to get it for free and growing our financial knowledge to elevate our families to a better lifestyle, he had me, as they say, at hello. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're going to hear it as well. But here's the deal. The state of your home economy is more important than ever before. Would you agree? More important than ever before. If your home economy is not growing, this is the part that sometimes hits hard. There's no one to blame but you. Wow. I said, that's heavy. Because once you see what we're about to share with you, you will have no more excuses on why your home economy is not growing. We have new ideas that we're going to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, that can pay your mortgage this week. Think about what you're doing right now that can actually pay your mortgage this week. You just got started and you can pay your mortgage by the efforts of what you do. There's nothing else like they're doing that, but we're going to share with you something that can do that right now. We want to introduce to some and present to others the massive leverage system, breaking the chains of financial scarcity. How many people know that finances are real scarce right about now? But we're going to break those chains. We're going to, hey, it's time to start over and learn how we're talking about some new money. We're talking about that new math we're going to share with you. Bitcoin is now. It's happening right now, and more people than ever before are going to see that it's happening right now because, again, it's already at over $13,000. Bitcoin is the new gold 2.0. Its value can purchase right now, it's over 6 ounces of gold. This here shows 5 ounces of gold. It can purchase over 6 ounces of gold. When I got involved in Bitcoin in 2017, ladies and gentlemen, Bitcoin and gold was at the same price. Today, Bitcoin and gold was like 1,200 an ounce, right? 1,200 for Bitcoin, 1,200 for an ounce of gold. Now today, gold is around about 1,800 an ounce. And what is Bitcoin? $13,000. Bitcoin back in 2017, when we got started, this is what they were saying. The powers that be, the people who had the money was telling everybody that Bitcoin was a fraud and that it was going to blow up. And the only people that were actually involved in Bitcoin was drug dealers, murderers, and people living in North Korea. I didn't live in North Korea. And I wasn't a drug dealer or a murderer either. But that's what they were saying, right? And then also 3 years later, here we are, JP Morgan now all of a sudden is extending the banking services to Bitcoin exchanges. Isn't that something? But 3 years ago, you said that it was drug dealers, murderers, and people in North Korea. Now they're extending it, and let's see who else is getting involved. Goldman Sachs is hosting Bitcoin calls because the institutional interest in cryptocurrency is surging now. Now they want to get involved in it. Isn't that something? Something that we knew in 2017 was going to happen. Visa and MasterCard, they are doing and getting involved in cryptocurrency. Visa did a patent for cryptocurrency because they understand that fraud and everything else was happening in the credit card era. But when you start talking about Bitcoin and the blockchain, there's no fraud there. You can't fraud the blockchain. And some of you are going to find out more about that. Forbes is saying, and everybody knows who Forbes is. Everybody knows when you talk about the top money earners and the top people, the wealthiest people in the world, it comes from Forbes, right? So wouldn't they know about money, right? So they're saying that Bitcoin could hit over $300,000 in 5 years, even without the institutions getting involved. Why do you think Warren Buffett put over 500 million, right, into Bitcoin? Why do you think Square, who takes credit cards, right, invested in Bitcoin? Why do you think that PayPal, did y'all see that yesterday? PayPal, which I believe is one of the reasons why Bitcoin shot up, is that PayPal, everybody know who PayPal is. Guess what? Is now allowing you to buy Bitcoin when you couldn't even do it just a few short months ago. Everyone is getting involved in Bitcoin. What about you? What are you doing? What can you buy with Bitcoin? What can't you buy with Bitcoin? People buying Bentleys with Bitcoin. They buying cars with Bitcoin. You have so much that you can do. I've been living off of Bitcoin since 2017. I pay my rent, my mortgage, right? I pay my car note, my insurance, I buy my groceries, everything. I've been doing that with Bitcoin because it's been my form of currency. And at the same time, I'm saving some too, but I'm using it as money. You can use it as money, ladies and gentlemen. Don't think that we're giving you getting you all excited about something that you can't even spend. It's an asset, and you can use it today, and you can use it in the future. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The biggest secret on the internet today is the MLS Bitcoin Club. We are going to talk to you about that new math, that 2 times 2 that does not equal 4. I don't know about you, but a whole lot of parents are learning about new math because everybody's homeschooling, right? And now you appreciate your teachers a whole lot more. Everybody know the teachers should get paid more than they should because little Johnny is better than you thought he was, right? But little Johnny is asking you some questions that you can't even answer. And he in the 3rd grade. And you say, hey, I didn't go to school, Bill T. You need to call your teacher, right? Because that new math, well, we are going to share with you how 2 times 2 does not equal 4. And you're going to see what we're talking about here in a minute because Bitcoin, MLS Bitcoin Club truly is the biggest secret on the internet, but you better not leave it there. You better not let it be a secret. You better get to the mountaintop and tell everybody about it because everyone will want to find out about this incredible program. And when they find out that you know about it and didn't tell them, I promise you, they will not be your friend until you show them how big your Bitcoin wallet is. Then everybody, it just takes away all that, don't it? So you ain't gonna worry about that. We're gonna talk about the 5 pillars of wealth. When we talk about the richest man in Babylon, which this whole company is founded on, the pillar is founded on these principles right here. I started the wrong way. I got started acquiring real estate before I started on the first pillar, which says create cash flow. Because if you create cash flow, it'll help you through those rough times when you need some extra cash. If you got cash flow coming in, what can't you fix? Money is the answer, truly enough, to all things. It's scripture. It's the answer to all things. We're going to start talking about Bitcoin in there, right? But we want to create cash flow. Number 2, you're going to want to learn how to acquire precious metals, gold, silver, right? And definitely Bitcoin. Because guess what? That's a storage of your asset. It stores that wealth in there. You want to learn about how to do that. Because how many people know if they keep coming up with these stimulus packages and printing money, right? I'm talking about $2 trillion here, $2 trillion here, trillion, third trillion, everywhere, trillion. They talk about $1 trillion like you're talking about thousands of dollars. We're waiting on a new stimulus, but we know that every time they do that, all of a sudden, it's all our U.S. dollars already toilet paper. It's going to be 1-ply. And everybody know that 1-ply toilet paper ain't no good, right? So you want to what? Get involved and get these precious metals, but then you also want to learn about infinite banking. When Mr. Wall Street shared with me how he's doing his insurance plan. Did I tell you I was a senior VP with a company in an insurance company, and they never ever showed me what he shared with me just a few short months ago. I didn't even know that it existed. They shared with me when I was in the insurance space how to get paid, how to write the highest premiums that I could write, what's the biggest commissions, right? They didn't talk about infinite banking and how you can actually use your insurance policy and be able to turn it into your own bank. It blew me away. We're also going to talk about learning how to trade. And then again, last but not least, how to acquire real estate. Ladies and gentlemen, why do you think people get involved in real estate? You think they get involved in real estate to what? Pay property taxes? You think they get involved in real estate to pay homeowners association fees, insurance, mortgages, maintenance? You think that's why people get involved in real estate? We get involved in real estate for cash flow. But when I got involved in real estate without having cash flow first, I found out about all those other things that I had to pay to even keep the real estate. So the 5 pillars of wealth of what this is based on, and you're going to be excited because here at the MLS Bitcoin Club, we're going to share with you exactly what to do to build your wealth. Uh-oh, I went too far. I got too excited. Hold on 1 second there. Can I go back? Well, if I can't, it's not letting me go back. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I am messing up on my slides. Hold on. There we go. Real financial education. You don't have to be just real smart with that. If you just these technical things that, hey, don't worry about that. You still can get paid. We're going to talk about real financial education here, ladies and gentlemen. That's something that is so important. Also, we're going to talk about planning your retirement because I don't know about you, but before the COVID, my beard was black. It was. Don't tell me why. Don't ask me how, but it was black, right? But retirement is getting closer than I thought, and we have to start planning for that. Some of you haven't even thought about it because you keep thinking that, the government is going to take care of you. You got that 40-40-40 plan, right? Working 40 hours for 40 years, retiring off of 40% of what you can live off 100% of. That's the plan that they're trying to get us to buy into, and that plan does not work. We're going to talk about a wealth plan. When I heard about a wealth plan, I said, man, that's what I know I'm in the right place when they talk about a wealth plan. Then we're going to talk about professional development, because how many people know that if you don't work on yourself, I don't care how much money you make, you're going to lose it. A fool and his money will soon separate. Not calling nobody a fool, but you better get on your work on your professional development. But here at the MLS Bitcoin Club, one of the things that I got excited about is that we're going to start out with teaching you about cryptocurrency, crypto 101, crypto 102. When we got involved in cryptocurrency, there wasn't an MLS Bitcoin Club. Well, actually there was, but guess what? It was the best kept secret and I didn't even know about it. I got involved in 2017. We've been in business, MLS Bitcoin Club, since 2014, but everybody was keeping it a secret. Time out for that. Stop that. We have to share this thing, because learning about cryptocurrency is one of the most important things that you can do. That's one of the most important things that you can do for your children, because your children your grandkids will not have a checking account. Think about that. They're not going to learn how to write no check. It's just like right now, they're actually teaching in schools not to even learn how to write cursive anymore, because they're saying people ain't going to be writing in cursive anymore. Is that crazy? We learn how to write in cursive, right? They're not even teaching anymore. But they're not going to be teaching about checking accounts either, because everyone will be talking about wallets and cryptocurrency. Level 1 is going to teach you about, I never heard this before either, extreme credit. I heard of good credit, excellent credit, but we're going to talk about extreme credit. You're going to also learn in level 2 about introductions of how to set your business up, LLCs, corporations, how to set it up right, to build the right foundation to build on, and how to do that here in the MLS Bitcoin Club. We're also going to talk about business credit, because once you have your business set up right, now your business can start borrowing money, and you don't have to be signing for it and messing up your personal credit, right? Because you're going to do everything through your business credit, and they'll give your business more money than they'll give you. I promise you they will. You know what I'm talking about. Then we're going to talk about your solo 401k. We have to stop putting everything with our business, our jobs, right? Because our 401ks are tied to our jobs. And I'm saying that's great if they're doing a match. They're doing, especially if someone you get $1 per dollar, all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, you got to get permission to get it, how to get it, when to get it, all this type of stuff. You want to keep control of your 401k. Then we're going to talk about, I never heard this before either, and I come from the space, HELOCs, home equity lines of credit. We're going to teach you how to do away with that 30-year mortgage, right? How to turn your mortgage into a line of credit where you can pay it down, build it back up, pay it down, build it back up, take some of the equity, buy a car, take some of the equity, pay for an education, do what the wealthy are doing with mortgages. They ain't signing mortgages for no 30 years. We're going to learn and teach you how to do that on level 5. Level 6, that's where we're talking about introduction to trading. Of Mr. Wall Street has put together an incredible trading program, and he's going to teach you how to trade and be in this space and make money, make your money. As my boys say, put some overalls on your money, right? Level 7, we're talking about infinite banking. We already talked about the insurance and how to do that. You'll learn about that. Level 8, offshore accounts, a whole nother level. If you don't have no money, as Don King would say, if you can count your money, then you ain't got no money. When I heard him say that, I said, man, I started saying, dang, can I count my money? That's a shame. If you can count it, then you won't have none. But when you get it, you may start trying to figure out why people do the offshore accounts. And then we have a level 9, which is another level for the investors and the people, the players, the ballers, the shot callers. We want to talk to you about that as well. But with all that being said, number 1, we're going to share with you how to walk this thing through just the way if you were in real estate. Now you're talking my language. We're going to talk to you about what if you were to buy 10 homes, right? And you got at our starter level, your starter home, right? Everybody starts out with a starter home. Nobody just goes into buy their first home and it's a $500,000 house. That's not most people's first home. They start out with a starter home. Same thing here. At the starter home, where we talk about learning about cryptocurrency, you are now going to learn how Bitcoin works. And it's going to cost you 0.016 to enter this platform at the starter level. What I like about this is that at 0.016, we're going to teach you how to take that 0.016 in Bitcoin and how to grow it to 0.048, over $620. Takes about 250. Right now it's at $300, right? And it's more than 620 now, because these are kind of, the numbers are a little old. Bitcoin, as it goes up, it's going to change in a minute. People are going to be saying that, man, 0.016 is almost $500 because Bitcoin is going up, right? Well, 0.016, we're going to go that to 0.048, ladies and gentlemen. Then we're going to take that 0.048 and we're going to go to level 1. Out of that 0.048, we're going to take 0.04, right, in Bitcoin, and now go to level 1, and we're going to grow that from 0.04 to 0.12. Remember, we talked about 150 to 400% return. This is what we're talking about. 0.04 to 0.12 out of that 0.12 in Bitcoin. And you'll learn what the 0.12s and all that is, because 0.1 of a Bitcoin out of that 0.12 is a 10% of a Bitcoin. Then we're going to show you how to take that to 30% of a Bitcoin. That's over 38 now, $4,000. Out of that 0.3, you're going to take the profits from that, put some in your pocket, and you're going to take 0.2 of that and go to level 3. Level 3, you're going to go from 0.2 Bitcoins and take it to what? 0.6 Bitcoins, right? That's over $8,000 at this point, right? And out of that 0.6, we're going to show you how to take 0.5 of that, put 0.1 in your pocket, right? You want to keep in your wallet, I should say, Bitcoin. And that 0.5, we're going to show you how to grow that to a 1.5 in Bitcoins. Right now, a Bitcoin, think about 1.5, that's $20,000. You started out with $280, $300, and now we're talking about going all the way to a half of a Bitcoin, taking it to 1.5 of a Bitcoin. Then we're going to take 1.5 Bitcoin, right? And you're going to put a half a Bitcoin, keep it in your wallet, take a full Bitcoin now, which we call the sweet spot. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't know about you, but when you get 3 Bitcoins in your wallet, that's over $40,000 now. You're going to kind of have a different walk. People really ain't going to be able to tell you nothing. And my mentor, Mr. Wall Street, said, don't let this money go to your head. Don't let this Bitcoin go to your head, because it can. Because you're going to start saying, hey, I got $40,000 and I started with what? $300, and now I'm at $40,000. That was given to me, that was rewarded to me. You're not buying anything. Once you make this initial contribution and give to someone, everyone always talks about that it's better to give than to receive. Well, hey, I think that it's better to give and receive. Me personally, how many people like to receive? Show me in your hands if you like to receive. Isn't that right, Ms. Jenny? We like to receive. But when you now are at 3 Bitcoins, and now you can keep a whole Bitcoin in your wallet, take 2 Bitcoins, go to the level 6, and take those 2 Bitcoins and grow them to 6 Bitcoins, which is $80,000 now, not $77,000, $80,000. Everything starts looking better. Money even Bitcoin look better with a comma in it. Now you at 6 Bitcoins, right? You're going to take 6 of those Bitcoins. You're going to take 3 of them, keep 3 in your wallet, and that's cumulative now. You constantly are storing and keeping Bitcoin in your wallet because we want you to hold on to some, right? Because it's going to grow. Now you got 3 Bitcoins, and that's going to go to 9 Bitcoins. That's where you had a double diamond. And before I go there, I think Miss Jeannie was our first Ruby, by the way, back on level 4. Of course, she's doing her thing, right? And so as you go up to Emerald, to Diamond, and now here we are at a double diamond, going from 3 Bitcoins, going that to 9 Bitcoins on level 7, and going from out of those 9 Bitcoins, putting 3 more in your wallet. 3 whole Bitcoins, that's over 120,000. Now you at 6 Bitcoins, and you're going to take that to 18 Bitcoins, over $250,000. What did we start with again? 0.048, 250, 300 Bitcoin, $300 worth of Bitcoin. And now we're talking about over 232,000 that has been given to you, right? Think about that, because as you give, then you're going to be receiving. And now from 18 Bitcoins, you're going to keep 6 in your wallet, take 12, and you're going to go to what we call our VIP. 36 Bitcoins, that's over $500,000 in Bitcoins. When you total this all up, you're over $1 million in Bitcoin, starting out with $300 in Bitcoin. what better way to do this thing? What do you know what you'd have to do to buy $1 million? How much money you have to put? Shoot, you have to get $1 million worth of Bitcoin, you'd have to spend $1 million. Here is being rewarded to you. This system just didn't make any sense to me, but as I learned about it, I said, how is that even possible? I know that you all are saying, how is that possible? Well, let me show you how it's possible. Because when you come on our platform and you make your first contribution, it's going to be a $99 annual admin fee. After that, you're going to put your 0.0167, and at that point, you're going to buy your first starter home, right, ladies and gentlemen? 0.016 plus 99, you got your starter home. You got 6 rooms in this home, like your own virtual Airbnb. Those 6 rooms, you do like everyone else doing Airbnbs. What do you want to do? You want to fill them up, right? And how you do that is that introduce other people to the MLS Bitcoin Club, and they're going to do the exact same thing that you did. They're going to start out with 99 and the 0.0167, and they're going to go into where you see room A, the first one here, and believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to get 50% of what they paid to get on that level to rent out that room. And from that point, you're going to rent out the second room. That's 50% plus 50%. You just got back 100% of what you paid to buy this starter home. Wouldn't that be beautiful if it just took filling up your house, 2 rooms, and you could have your house paid for right now? That ain't even happening, right? But here at the MLS Bitcoin Club, we talking about that new math, and we talk about how 2 people telling 2 people, that's that new math, 2 plus 2 is not going to equal 4. We're talking about 6 here, because guess what? You have 6 rooms that you can fill up, or you can actually get the efforts of other people to help you fill it up. If you fill it up, you're talking about getting 100% on your B level. Here we call it level B. 100%, 100%, 100% if you did it. But if you incorporate the efforts of the people who are with you that in your first 2 rooms, and they told about how great a place you had, and they got started and they shared it, you would get 50% of their people who they told about it. So you're talking about 50, 50, 50. That's 150%, right? Plus you already got 100% up here. And then this last room right here, when you fill that up, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to buy you a new house. That's a beautiful thing. Now you're going to start a new home, and now you're going to start filling that room up too. We're talking about cash flow over and over and over again. How many people like that? When I saw that, I said, this is genius. I said, whoever put this together is genius. And then that's when Mr. Wall Street took a bow. This is a beautiful program. And since we got started, we have several houses now that we're filling up. Well, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? All the houses operating that same level. And let's just share with you, if you were to get 7 houses and each one, and in your back office is going to break it down for you. And you see here where on your A line, you have 2, on your B line, you have 4. That's a total of 0.045. Remember, you started at 0.016. You filled up that house, then you went to the next house. Every time you fill that house up, you get another house, you get another house, you get another house, over and over again. How many houses do you want? As many as possible. And that's just on that level. And then when you go to the next level, it does the same thing over and over again. Let me break that down for you to show you how that works. Again, we talked about cash flow. Most of us get paid 2 times, maybe 3 times, maybe 2 to 4 times a month, right? What if I told you you could pay 2 to 4 times a day? Because if you look at the dates over here, and these are recent, right? This is March 27, 2020. On March 27, 2020, this person's back office, they got paid 1, 2, 3, 4 times on the same day. 4 times on the same day. Then on March the 28th, they got paid 1, 2, 3, 4 times again. And we're not talking about no little Bitcoin. We're talking about on one of these payments here, to set the first payment of the month, right? March 28th, that was a $5,000 payment. That's a bigger house, right? How would you like to get $5,000 coming in Bitcoin over and over again? And if you look at that and you come over here and you total us up, we're talking about getting paid over 24 times just from March the 27th to April the 4th. That's over 27 times, right? 24 times that you've gotten paid over and over and over again. And I don't know about you, the back office tracks all of that, keeps up with your accounting. Do you know how much you got to pay an accountant to keep up with all this? Mr. Wall Street put it together where you can just go to your back office and click on it and see how much money you made this week, how much money you made today, how many times you got paid today. I don't know about you, but we're talking about daily cash flow, instant cash flow. That's a beautiful thing. Then let's understand how that works, because the more people you share it with, because again, we're not talking about just telling 2 people or 3 people. You want to tell as many people as you want, because this individual in the red here has told 44 people. But by telling 44 people about this incredible program, look at how many Bitcoin was rewarded to them, that was given to them. 10.2 Bitcoins. 10.2 Bitcoins, they bought 34 different houses. That's over 97,000. At this point, over $100,000. Why? Not because they went out and sold something. They went out and told something. They told everybody about this incredible program, and everybody got started. And you notice that the more people you tell, the bigger and more Bitcoins that you get, the more houses that you'll receive. We talk about becoming your own bank. When you start getting that type of cash flow, you have become your own bank. And we're going to share with you the knowledge to do that. And we talk about what we talked about with that infinite banking that Mr. Wall Street shared with us. And this is his personal policy here, where he actually turned his insurance policy into his own bank. You be the bank, right? And with that, he took a $1.4 million policy, right? And all of a sudden, they taught him how to not only have something in case of his, loss of his life, but they share with him how he can now borrow money from that account and grow his wealth in this policy. Instead of putting money in the bank, he put it into this policy, and now the cash value is $111,000, and that's even after having an outstanding balance of $84,000. And if something were to happen to him, his family still would get $1.3 million. Again, we're going to talk about that new math. That's that new math. They are not teaching this at the dinner table, ladies and gentlemen, and you'll learn more and more about this as you get involved with this incredible program. Can't teach it all to you tonight. Just going to share with you what we have on the table here. Now we're going to talk about how to welcome yourself to your own bank. And ladies and gentlemen, that's not giving you a remote control to your new car, remote to your new car. This is a bank. On here, we call this the Trezor. Trezor 1, the Trezor Model T. Y'all remember the Model T, the Ford, the Model T? We dating ourselves, right? I wasn't back there either, but I heard about it. But here, you can put your Bitcoin on here, hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, and store them right here and put that in your pocket, jump on a plane with $1 million in it, and go to another country and start a new life. Some of you might want to get away, right? But try to put $1 million in a suitcase and jump on a plane. You are not getting on that plane. You may get on the plane, but your money not going. And how many people know if your money ain't going, you ain't going? So you want to get Bitcoin and learn about this Trezor, and you become the bank and control your financial wealth. We're going to talk about the new way of doing credit, not just getting credit to get in debt. We're talking about putting your credit to work, where your credit is on swole, right? Where you have this extreme credit. You'll learn about that as well, and you'll learn about more details on that. Again, we're not here to teach you all that. That's why you want to get involved with the program and go through the processes. But what Mr. Wall Street did here was that from his credit card use, and this is, again, these are recent, from 5/30/2020, he has available credit of that date of over 114,000, and that was after using 89,000 just on credit cards to do other things, not to create debt, but to create wealth with it. You're going to learn about that also. One thing that Mr. Bill Gates said, and everybody knows that he's one of the wealthiest men on the planet, right? If you are born poor, it is not your fault. But if you die poor, it's your fault. Especially after you've seen this program, you can't even make no excuses anymore. So we're here to take all the excuses away, and that's exactly what we did. Now we want to talk about introducing rotating hands. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we already shared with you how to grow your wealth or your cash flow from 150 to 400%. Now we're going to talk about growing your cash flow to over 6,000%. Why? Because we're going to incorporate the efforts of the rotating hands, more people. When I saw this, I said, this is genius. Because in rotating hands, we're going to share with you how to stretch $25 and take it into $75. I don't know about you, but if you ever just had down to your last $25, it wasn't a whole lot of stretching that you could do with it. But here at the MLS Bitcoin Club with this new math, we're going to share with you how to take that 25 and tell someone about it. You're going to get positioned in our program. You're going to tell two people. When you tell those two people and they share it with other people, right? You now are going to receive 25, 25, 25. And one of those 25s, right? Those $200, the last one or the third one is actually going to put you back in there so you can get 25, 25, 25 all over again. That's the new math. That doesn't happen with your house right now. If you got $25 sitting in your bank, it's still $25 when you go out of next week, minus some fees probably. Here, we're going to show you how to grow that $25 into $75. How many people would take $75 for every 25 that you gave? I do that all day long, over and over again. And once you go to 25 and take that to 75, we're going to share with you how to take out of that 75, just like we did on MLS Bitcoin Club. Out of that 75, we're going to take 50, keep 25 in your pocket. And here on Rotating Hands, you can do this in cash, ladies and gentlemen. So some of y'all still want to be stuck on cash. I'll take Bitcoin all day. But hey, if this cash goes with you, fantastic. But now we're going to take that 50, right, and do the exact same thing. Tell individuals about this level. They're going to follow you, right? And all of a sudden that 50 times 4, but guess what? You're going to take one of those 50, go back into it and start rotating and get paid on that level all over again while you're getting paid on the 25 all over again. We're talking about, again, taking 50 and turning it into 150. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take that 150 and we're going to turn that into 450. Same $25. We're just going to keep growing that thing, right? And now all of a sudden, 150, 150, 150, and the 150, the third one is going to cycle you back in on that level. You're going to keep doing that. You're going to take that money, and you're going to now get 500, go into what? Level 4, phase 1. You know you're doing something when you start putting your money in phases. I like that part. Phases, not accounts, but phases. 500 times 3, that's 1,500. How does that work? Same way the other ones work. All of a sudden, 500, 500. I don't know about you, but don't money look better with a comma in it? I don't know about you, but I just get turned on when I see commas in money. It's just, I don't know. I got to calm down when I see it. But 50, 50, 50, 500, 500, 500, 500. Now you at $1,500. I mentioned to you that you still started with the 25. You ain't putting no new money in. This is from the profits of the rewards that have been given to you that's got you at this level now. Out of that 1,500, we're going to take 1,000 times 3, and we're going to do the exact same thing. Because people, how many people heard monkey see, monkey do? I ain't calling nobody a monkey, but when you see certain things and you smart, a hint to the wise is sufficient. You see it working for this person, well, guess what? They're no better than you. It can work for you. Watch this. Now, all of a sudden, you at $3,000, and ladies and gentlemen, now you're going to take 2,000 of that 3,000, right? And you're going to do the same thing. 2,000 going to cycle you back in so you can come back in and make that 2,000 all over again. Now you at 6,000, right? And look at this. You're going to take 3,000 out of the 6,000. I don't know about you, but I just get excited because the bigger it gets, I keep saying, golly, I just started with 25 and grew this thing all the way to, we're sitting here at $9,000, phase 2, level 7, right? And all of a sudden, we're going to go to phase 3, level 8, 5,000 now. Times 3, 15,000. Ladies and gentlemen, are you getting the picture here? Is this that new math that I'm talking about? 5,000, 5,000. It is getting more sexier every time I see this. I'm getting excited because you're looking at, you started with 25, and now here we are at 15,000. People are giving you, rewarding you 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. Out of that 15,000, ladies and gentlemen, guess what we're going to do? Take 7,500. Keep 7,500 in your wallet. Do the exact same thing. How many times we got to do this before you get it? I got it a long time ago, but I'm just going to go through it just so you can see it. Because now you're at 22,500. Now that 22,500, you now are going to take 12,000 of that, put the difference in your pocket, do the exact same thing. And ladies and gentlemen, where else can you get this type of cash flow coming in? This could happen in a week. It could happen in a month. It could happen in a year. It's up to you how fast it goes. How fast do you want to go? How fast do you need to get some cash flow? You decide on that, right? Because as you do it, it continues to grow. Matter of fact, when I recap this, I'm just going to share with you. Because remember I told you, we're going to tell you what we're going to tell you. We're going to tell you, then we're going to tell you what we told you. Now I'm going to tell you what I told you. Because on the rotating hands, on the starter level, on phase one, from levels 1 through 4, we're talking about $2,175 a month in cash flow. That's over $26,000 a year in cash flow, starting off of a $25 gift. Think about that. $26,000 a year. Then you're going to turn around and go to phase 2, and now level 5 through 7, that's over $18,000 a month. What do you have to do right now to make $18,000 a month? But some of y'all probably said, put on a mask. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put no mask on. Don't do that. You can come and join the MLS Bitcoin Club. I promise you to be safer for you. You want to be around and spending money. $18,000 a month, that's $216,000 a year. Come on. $216,000 a year, and you started out with $25, and you didn't have to put a mask on? Man, this is a beautiful thing. Phase 2, and then we're going to go to phase 3, level 7 through 10, $15,000, $22,000, $36,000. That's a total of $73,000. Annual cash flow of $882,000 a month. A year? What do you have to do to make $882,000 a year? Some of you don't know because you never made it, right? I don't know. Shoot, you got to put on more than a mask. You got to put a mask on, get a machine gun, you got to do some stuff, right? All you have to do is tell the person that told you about this incredible program that you want to get started, and you got $25. Everybody got $25. We made this a no-brainer for you, right? So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me go. Starter phase 1, you're talking about how many times do you want to go through the starter phase, through phase 3? How many times you want to do that? You want to do it once a month for 1.1 million a year? You want to do it twice a month for 2.2 million a year? You want to do it 3 times a month for $3.3 million a year? You want to do it 4 times a month for 4.4? And I know some of you, I told you we're going to talk about a lot of money. I start talking about a lot of money, I start talking faster, right? Because when I start thinking about this type of money, right, now you start talking about, I see why he said you need to get a financial advisor and a tax expert. I didn't know that it was going to be that type of money. I thought we was talking about a $25 deal. That's why when I talk to people about it, and they say, oh, Claude, I don't want to do one of those $25 deals. I said, oh, you don't need to be making $1 million a year? What you talking about? Remember, we talking about that new man. That's why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why people stay on these calls. That's why we on them every day. That's why we keep telling everybody, because we don't want to be the best kept secret. It's time out for that. You want to tell everybody, because everybody needs to hear about this incredible program, ladies and gentlemen. Because why? We are taking the revenue however you want to send it. You can send it through. Well, we used to do Cash App. Cash App said that we was getting too much money coming through. They shut Wall Street's account. They said, there is no way that you could be doing this. This can't be legal. All this money coming through here. They shut him down, and they shut some other people down. So we ain't doing Cash App no more. We're going to change that and move it out the way. And then we start doing Zelle. Zelle, we still here with Zelle. We still trying to be right with them. And we hope they don't, start tripping there. Venmo said the same thing. Ain't no way in the world y'all making that kind of money on a regular basis that's legal. Venmo shut it down. But guess who are not shutting it down? The Bitcoin. MLS, that's why it's in the center. MLS Bitcoin Club, you want to start receiving money in Bitcoin. That's the best way. I've been doing it for 2017. I love it. You can get as much as you want. Ain't nobody gonna say, wait a minute, where'd that $10,000 deposit come from? They don't even ask you. It just goes into your account. And I got mine set up to where my phone jumps when the money hits my account. I love it. I get excited, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are. I hope you heard something that moved you into action. I'm not here for entertainment. I'm here to, number one, share some information with you that could change your life. It changed mine, and it's going to change every person who you share it with. Do yourself and them a favor and your family and say yes to this program, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Your time now is now to shine. If you ever wanted to shine, you can't do no better shining than right now what we're doing here with the MLS Bitcoin Club. If I were you, I want to tell everybody, and the person who told you about it, now you want to call them back and thank them again, because you had no idea what you was about to hear. I hope I didn't talk too fast. I hope you got it. And if you did, that's all right. We're going to do it again tomorrow, and you need to be on here every day until you get it. But before you do anything, make sure you get started. Just sign up. You can earn while you learn. You can get paid and rewarded just by telling people about this. You don't have to know all about what we talk about. All you got to do is get good at inviting. Can you invite somebody? We do it all the time. We tell people about movies. We tell people about what? Food. We tell them about everything. But I call that NIPA. Y'all know what NIPA is? NIPA is non-income producing activity. If y'all just want to keep talking about NIPA, then y'all need to be talking to me, because I want to talk about this Bitcoin. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen,